Shalom. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sap. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawan Ben Yeshua in Jacksonville, Florida. But first, I'd like to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the archons, and to the women and children. Kal Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Ha Rokah Kodash Mahamav. In the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and truth. Double honors to the 144,000 chosen elect. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder Hawan. Salutation to the archons who are in the four corners of the earth. And to the women and children, Shalom. Okay, well, look what's going on. No more education. Massive teachers layoff. How many teachers of our people, so-called Negros, Latinos, American speckled bird, took a loan to become a teacher? Did the counselor of that school told you and put it down in paper that when you finish school, you will have a job guarantee? Did she tell you that the AI is going to take over? Did she tell you that the federal government is going to start cutting you school budget? No, right? Okay. Well, then we play a little bit. The title of this lesson, Who Can Find a Virtuous Woman? Okay, here we go.
Experts believe that this may be the end of education as we know it. The school that you once knew will close. The education that your children once received or that you received will be gone. Things are changing as we speak for one very important reason, and I want to explain what is going on at this time. The federal government has their hand in this. It is a huge, huge issue, and millions of people all around the United States are protesting again as we speak. So I'm going to break all this.
Let me just leave it at that. I want to do the lesson. You can check it for yourself, okay? I want to go to Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies? Virtuous, having or showing high moral standards. Well, you know, school doesn't teach high moral standards. You cannot go by what they say, okay? They do not keep their word, right? It is a business, that's all. If anything, they only teach you their belief system behind what you went to learn, okay? That's being deceitful, by the way, okay? They're scamming people. Moral, concerned with what? The principles of right and wrong behavior, the goodness or badness of human character. Character, the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual, the way someone thinks, feels, and behaves. In order for you to think, remember, we are born blank, and we are taught to think in the schools. And they give us a lot of false information. Okay? I want to go to Proverbs 31, chapter 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12. Okay? Give me a minute. Verse 4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that makes ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. Now you might be saying, well, why are you picking this virtuous woman with the situation with teaching? Oh, that's a good answer. For the simple reason that our women, right, they think they're a 10, number one. And number two, because we go with scripture, what it says about women. What is a woman? Right? What is her duty? Right? Not to the husband only on earth, but her as a husband to Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shai. Right? She's a wife also. No? Verse 5, the thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsels of wicked are deceit. Yeah. You know, our women love going to the things of the world to be guided by, right? And you get caught up and you get set up right? Even by your own family. They say, yeah, sure, go apply for a loan. You can always work for them and pay it, right? Well, now a lot of our people are going to have to make some serious decisions. Some of them might have to move to other countries out of America thinking that's the solution to the problem, but not realizing that, yeah, you might become a teacher somewhere else in China, somewhere out there, wherever you decide to go in the islands. But the AI is going to be taking over there as well. Then what? That was not a wise solution. Verse 6, the word of the wicked are to lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright shall deliver them. You're being set up. That's all. You know? And it's sad when you have a family that agrees with the system more than with the Bible, right? Or uses the system as to guide you instead of using scripture as a guidance, right? I want to go to Proverbs chapter 19, verse 14. House and riches are the inheritance, give me a minute, of fathers, and a prudent wife is from Yahweh, right? Well, when our people go to these Christian college or Christian churches, prostitution, 105, 501c3 prostitute churches, they believe that, that means that you got to, have a house and save up money for your children, right? But didn't Carl Schwab made it clear to the whole world that you will own nothing and be happy? Well, now you know that this, what I'm reading, does not mean that. Okay? The house means your body, and the riches means teaching your children the truth of who they are, and in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, let's look at the word prudent. Being careful about your choice, stopping and thinking before acting. It is a strong of a restraint. When you are prudent, you are not taking necessarily risk and not saying or doing things that you might later regret. Well, let's go a little bit further because that doesn't really make it too clear, right? So we go a little bit further. How about circumspect? Are you using scripture in order to circumspect the situation that's in front of you? Or are you going by your own thinking? By the way, you cannot go by your own thinking because we're all born blank. We have been taught and programmed by someone, right? And since we're born into this wicked world, it is written in scripture in Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. They cover the faces of the judges. If not he, who is it? Right? How about be wisely? Wisdom from above and not from below. How about understand? Do you understand the contract in front of you? Did your parents, before you went into that loan, sit down with you and tell you how the game is played? No? How about be prosper? How can you prosper? Well, when you're doing first the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Or have insight. Well, that only comes, again, when you're doing the will and the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? I want to go to 14 or 15. Okay, here we go. 15. Slothfulness cast into a deep sleep. An ideal soul shall suffer hunger. Are you taught ideally things from this world? Yes, you are. They tell you if you do these things for this world, they'll give you this much of fake paper money so you can go and buy food. Well, now we're going into a cashless society. And they're going to force everybody into their idealism belief system. And if you don't comply, you cannot buy, sell, or work or eat. How you like that? So in other words, in case you didn't catch it, they don't want you to think, right? They're going to want you to obey the AI, what it says to think. Okay? Now, you so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds, remember this. Years ago, we were not allowed to read. As a matter of fact, there used to be a law that you cannot read. And if they catch you reading, oh boy, woo! They made movies on it. They even wrote books about it. Okay? Look it up. I want to go to now Proverbs chapter 6. Give me a minute. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 9. So now that we know how to read, and now that we know how to use the internet, now the internet is going to be turned off. And when it's turned back on, it's time for us to obey it or else. Verse 9. How long while thou sleep, O sluggers? When will thou arise up of thy sleep? You Jake women, when you going to wake up, man? When you going to stop drinking the Kool-Aid? When you going to snap out of it? Right? Why are you worshiping so much this wicked kingdom? Is it because you love it? Yes, you do. Okay? That's what it is. Proverbs chapter 24. Give me a minute. Verse 33. This wicked kingdom was really made more for the women than for the men. That's how come you have men dressing like women. Right? It's a wicked world that is not our kingdom, that it wants it to be run by feminism, right? Not masculinity. Verse 33, wait, make sure you're, Yea, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands. Wait a minute. Don't you fold your hands when you're at school? Being obedient, right? Being indoctrinated, being hypnotized, right? Everybody in the same class has to be thinking and believing in the same thing, right? So it says here again, yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. 34, so shall thy poverty come as one that travails, and they want as an army man. Yeah. All of a sudden, when the second shutdown comes, you're not going to have no food. Huh? The stores are going to be closed. And since you never practice, right, the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, how can you believe how faith works? Huh? You didn't put no work. So how are you going to know it's going to work? It's like going into a plane and you were never taught how to fly a plane with all those buttons. It'll be impossible. You see? You've been taught to be dependent on the wicked system for all things. Right? Well, now it's going to bite you in the ass. Proverbs chapter 31, going back there again. Verse 11. The heart, the mind of her husband do safely trust in her. Huh? To trust someone is to earn it. And to earn trust is to be consistent in what? In truth. See? So that he shall have no need of spoils. Right? He will have no need. Listen careful when I say this, right? Don't get excited now, you so-called Negros, Latinos, and everything, speckled bird women. Are you ready? He won't have no need of wanting to be with another woman. Right? You keep his stomach full and his balls empty. How about that? But, let's make it clear. It is written in Scripture that a man can have more than one wife. Right? Because it is a blessing. And also, it keeps the women in check. Right? Because you women think that your flower is made of gold. Right? And you want to use it as a weapon. Hmm? Not smart, not wise. You think that you are more valuable than the man, right? And when you're looking for a high value man, what's the first thing you say? Well, he has to be educated. He has to have at least 6 to 7 inches, and has to make at least a 6 or 7 figures. Has to be 6 or 7 feet tall. Got to have a house and a car. Well, when you read scripture, you find out that the high value man is the one that does the work of Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai. That's the richest one right there. Hard to believe, right? Yeah. Yeah, if you don't fear and tremble in the name of Yahweh Shai, you will not receive the understanding about that. That's the way that works. Verse 12, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Verse 13, she seeks wool and flax. That's that plant to make rope or to make cutter from it, the liquid, and works willingly with her hands. That means she has a skill, right? Not a skill of want, a skill of need. Remember, needs are more valuable than wants, okay? Just to throw that out there. Verse 14, she is like the merchant ship. She brings her food. Wait a minute. From afar. You know what that's saying right there? Did you catch what it said there? It means she stays informed about the foods, what's going on with the food. And she will go as far as she has to go to get what is good for her family, right? Meaning that she has to grow the food her own with her own hands, so be it. Woo! Wow. 15. She rides also while it is yet night. That means she rides up early and gives meat to her household and a portion to her maiden. Woo! Maiden. Wait a minute. Maiden. May servant? Hey, did you so-called Negros, Latino, American, speckled bird, men and women, especially the women, did you know that servant also means woman? Huh? Can that mean that that the man that you marry, he can have a concubine and she can be a servant to his wife, a helper? After all, a wife is a helpmate to the husband. Hmm? Yeah, that's a common. A lot of our women don't like what Scripture says. I remember one time a woman telling me, and she's well educated, college degree and everything. She believes in God, but she does not like the Bible. Hmm? Separating two things, which is impossible. I want to go to Romans chapter 12. Give me a minute. Hopefully I can finish this lesson that will fit in here. Where are you? Romans chapter 12. Verse 11. Not slothful in business, not lazy in business, fervent in spirit, serving Yahweh. Ooh, there it goes. That tells you right there. You know, most of our women, all they want to do is work for the system and do nothing for Yahweh, right? Or better yet, there's nothing for them to do. Oh, they think they're supposed to be preachers. You're not supposed to be preaching. You're not supposed to be prophesizing. That's for the men. Verse 12, rejoicing in hope, patience, that means suffering, long, right? In tribulation, continuing instant in what? In prayer. There goes one word. Verse 13, distributing to the necessities of saints, giving to hospitality. Well, they're not doing that. I take that back. We do have some Hebrew Israelite women that are married to our people with children that are doing the work of Yahweh Shai. So I take that back. Bless them and praise them, okay? Because it's not easy for them at all. Okay, and saying that, we're going to go to verse 13. Oh, I already did verse 13. I want to go to Proverbs 31 again. 31. And let's go to verse 16. She considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hand, she plants a vineyard. Oh, wait a minute. Woo, there's a lot in here. I don't got all the time to even break it down, but here it goes. She knows how to do a contract. She doesn't go to the bank or to the real estate to do it with their contract, their prostitute contract. She knows how to do a scriptural contract, a righteous contract. Something to look into and pray, right? You're going to have now the real estate and the government coming out making YouTubes, putting their 2 cents on this one. Okay, verse 17. She girds her loins with strength and strengthens her arms. Woo! She works out, okay? She just don't go to work and go home and eat and sit and get fat. She keeps in shape for her man. Verse 18, she perceives that her merchandise is good. Her candles goes not out by night. Woo, wait a minute. She makes sure that what she is cooking, okay, is healthy for the family. She makes sure that the candle, right, her husband at night, it doesn't go out. So she knows what to give him to keep that baby up. And it's not that blue pill. I'm just saying, I could be wrong, okay? Slakia. Verse 19, she lays her hands to the spinner, and her hands hold the staff. That means she makes, in the old days, they used to take rope and spin it on a wheel, right? To get it ready to make clothes to, what they call that? To prepare to do knitting, okay? That's a skill. Verse 20, she stretches out her hand to the poor, okay? And that doesn't mean those who are out there in the street that don't give 2 craps about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, okay? Yet she reaches forth her hands to the needy. And who are those? Those are the ones who are in the highways and byways as a living sacrifice. How many Jake women pass by us, right? They just say, Shalom, keep doing the good work, brother. Huh? They don't bring us anything to drink. They don't bring no food to us, right? But yet, if a brother goes to the army to fight to defend and protect the Edomites, to make America great, boy, when he comes, she's out there hugging, kissing, taking him out to eat, right? Yep. Crazy world that we live in, okay? Verse 21, she is not afraid of the snow. For all her household are clothed with scarlet. That means she keeps them warm with good, healthy clothes, not mixed, that will suppress your immune system. Verse 22, she makes herself covering of tapestries. She makes clothes. Wow. Her clothing is silk and purple. Verse 23, her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. Yeah, she's not into gossiping or complaining or whining, right? She's very watchful of how she speaks about her husband around people, right? Want to go to Proverbs 12, verse 4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that makes a shame is as rottenness in his bones. Verse 5, the thought of the righteous are right, but the counsels of the wicked are deceit. Yeah. When our people go into the counsels of the wicked world system, they get trapped, right? They tell you, here, take this loan, you know, so you can get the job and then pay us off. Meanwhile, they're also changing the money system's rules and regulations, right? And weakening the purchasing power. How you like that? Verse 6, the word of the wicked are to lay in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright shall deliver them. See? The truth is out there, but, some of our people and women don't care, It is what it is. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 24. He makes fine linen and sells it, and deliver girdles. Oh, wow, look at that. Unto the merchants. Verse 25, strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in times to come. Verse 26, she opens her mouth with wisdom from above, not from below, because she learned it from her husband. She's guided by her husband. And in her tongue is the law of kindness, right? Instruction, teaching, and direction of truth to our people. 27, she looks well to the ways of her household and eats not the bread of idealism. Well, when they go to the schools of this system, they're eating the bread of idealism. They're learning to practice the pagan holidays. They're learning how to dress more like sluts, right? And they learn that they are, what you would call a Gentile, right? They don't teach them that, hey, you are the true Hebrew Israelites, right? That you are the ones that the people that are in power today are standing and stole the land and rape, rob, and murder our people still to this day. 28, her children will rise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praise her. Look at that. Husband can praise his wife when she's doing what is right. Woo, that has a rhythm there. Can write a song. Verse 29, many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellent them all. Wow. She tops all of them. She's the favorite shoe. Verse 30, favor is deceitful, beauty is vain, but a woman that what? Fears Yahweh, she shall be praised. And verse 31, give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Isn't that beautiful? I'll leave it with Ecclesiastic chapter 7, just to show you what Scripture teaches the men, the so-called Negros, Latino, American, and Speckled Bird. Check this out, verse 28. Watch ye my soul, seek, but I find not. One man among 8,000 have I found. That means out of 1,000, he only found only one man righteous. But when it comes for a woman, but a woman among all those have I not found, not even one righteous. So now you know why God has blessed us to have more than one wife. There's a pecking order. Just like when you go to a job, there's rules and regulations, right? Okay, well then Yahweh Shin Yahshua has rules and regulations to keep the men's in line and to keep the women's in line. I hope that this was edifying, and with that I'll say Shalom.